Hi, I'm Katie Barr, and this is BocaMatters. In 1984, Gumbo Limbo Nature Center on A1A was first established. Since then, there's been a lot going on, and joining us today is the president of the Friends of Gumbo Limbo, Michele Peel. Hello, Michele. Thank you for stopping by.
My pleasure.
So, for people that might not know what Gumbo Limbo Nature Center is, can you give us a little brief introduction?
Certainly. Actually, even though it was established in 1984, I think Gumbo Limbo is more relevant today than it ever has been before because of things like climate change and sea level rise and just things that are happening in the world today. It was established really to preserve green space in the city, and out of those efforts of early people became the nature center that we see today. It was established to serve the school children, but today it now is a vital economic driver for the city as well as just part of the fabric of our community.
And as far as city residents, I think for any of us who grew up here, visiting Gumbo Limbo was such a treat, climbing the tower, seeing the fish and the turtles. The tower has been an issue. What's happening with that?
That's a really good question. About 3 years ago, they determined that it was no longer safe, that portion of the boardwalk and the tower. So it was taken down. And going back to rebuild it, the city discovered that it really needed to be modified for ADA access so everyone could enjoy it. Unfortunately, the funding wasn't available at that point. The Friends worked very closely with the city and came up with some alternative solutions for it. The sticking point was still the funding. Fortunately, we have a donor that has come forward and that has been very willing to participate in saving the tower in honor of their son. It's a tragic story that's having a positive result for our community. So we'll be launching a $500,000 campaign to save the tower with their support.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So who owns the Gumbo Limbo Nature Center? Is it a city or a beach and park?
The land was purchased back in the 70s. It is owned by the city. However, they entered into an interlocal agreement with this district at that time, which was formed to help purchase that land.
Okay.
And that interlocal agreement commits the district to funding the ongoing operations of the center. So it truly is an unusual partnership between the two entities. Sometimes that's not always smooth, but they all have the good intentions at heart. It's just the mechanics of making it happen.
So the district pays for your operating costs. And can the city contribute?
Absolutely. Right now, about 80% of the cost to operate the center and support the mission that the Friends shares with the center is paid for by the district, and 20% is from the Friends of Gumbo Limbo and the fundraising and donations that we do.
So you've got a big job.
We do. And we're happy to do it. The city can always add to that pot of money, but they tend to rely on that interlocal agreement as the guidance for expenses.
Well, okay, so then how many visitors a year, would you say, come to Gumbo Limbo?
Wow, we have been bumping up around 200,000 visitors a year for the last several years. Of those visitors, about 60,000 are local residents, and we're not even sure that's an accurate number because the residents know how to bypass the front desk.
Right.
So they know how to access what they want to,
right.
and they're always bringing friends and family.
Of course. When company's in town, you always take them to Gumbo Limbo.
Right.
Yeah.
The other 140,000 are drawn not only from the state of Florida, but the rest of the U.S. and internationally. I think last count we had over 30 countries that we could name just in last year alone.
Oh my gosh.
It's an amazing eco-tourist destination.
Yeah, that's a great definition. You know what, I've heard that you get more visitors than Meisner Park. Have you heard that?
I don't know that statistic, but I believe you.
Yeah.
We show up on TripAdvisor.
Right.
We get groups that, we've had groups of teens from Europe that are visiting, they'll come to Florida for 3 places, Gumbo Limbo being one of them.
And also, FAU is affiliated with Gumbo Limbo,
FAU
right?
operates a research facility on site, which is a nice complement to the research and conservation efforts that we're doing through Gumbo Limbo. So there is world-renowned research going on right there. Dr. Jeanette Weinekin is one of the, I think, the only researchers in the world that has been able to keep leatherback turtles in captivity.
Wow. So important. I mean, as you say, with, going forward with climate being what it is, I mean, the work you're doing there is invaluable as far as educating the young children and the students at FAU. So it's ironic that when it comes to community funding, you folks are like the orphans of the funding.
It's unfortunate. I like to think that we're benign neglect might be the right word. Everyone loves Gumbo Limbo, but they forget that maybe it needs to be refreshed. Back in 2003, so we're talking over 15 years ago, a master plan was identified for the center that was never implemented. There's been several failed efforts since then to implement that, primarily due to funding issues. Right now, there is a master plan effort that resulted in a very expensive but comprehensive new campus. Actually, I don't want to call it a new campus. It's reimagining Gumbo Limbo and rebuilding it to suit those 200,000 visitors and bring in all the new features and amenities that can help people learn even more about the natural environment. We like to see it as a place where they can disconnect from the digital
for sure.
world.
Right. So what kind of funding would you need to create this vision?
Right now, the initial cost estimate, very, very conservative, which means it's high, is $52 million.
Whoa.
Yeah, we all went, whoa.
Oh, my God.
The friends put a small group together, and we took a really close look at that and things that we could delay, resize, maybe reimagine. And we were able to come up with a cost estimate of $22 million.
Oh, boy. So you cut $30 million.
We cut $30 million off.
This is you should be an accountant.
Well, I'm an engineer, so
there
I
you
don't know.
go.
That kind of helps. I think we really believe that we can still accomplish the core needs of a reimagined center at that price tag.
Right.
And we would like to put a proposal in front of the city and the district and how we can share in making that happen.
Yeah.
So part of our challenge is to advocate for this new reimagined center for all to use.
Right. And as the Friends of Gumbo Limbo, now, are you all volunteers or is it an organization that anyone can sign up?
The Friends is a membership organization. We encourage everyone to come join us. It is a volunteer board of directors, of which I'm the chair.
Yeah.
We do have several paid staff, and we're in the process of growing. So we're looking for an executive director, which will be the first we've ever had in our history.
Oh my goodness!
But we feel like it's time. We need to grow up and be able to support the center even more than we have in the past.
Oh, wonderful. So, is there a website if people want to donate to the Friends?
Yes. Gumbolimbo.org. Is our website. You will see a Support Us tab. It will tell you about the Friends of Gumbo Limbo and many ways that you can help support us. You'll look for the Save the Tower campaign to be coming out probably in the next couple of weeks. We have a fundraiser coming up this fall, November 16th. That is Boca Gumbo Fest.
Great.
Which is it's a unique event. It'll be a gumbo cook-off, juried gumbo cook-off at Red Reef Park. We've already signed up the Sheffield Brothers Band, which is a local band.
Great.
To play, so there'll be live music. And we're still developing all the other plans for it. So
Fantastic.
November 16th.
Okay.
Yes.
So everybody has to go to that.
I hope so. It was a lot of fun last year.
We want A1A to be just backed up with traffic for that.
Oh, gosh, don't do that. The city won't like that.
Well, Michele, you're doing such an excellent job for such an important facility, and we appreciate your coming in and telling us about it.
Thank you so much. We really want Gumbo Limbo to be here for the generations to come. We're serving our third generation now.
Wow.
The youth of our community is our future. And
exactly.
They are passionate about the things that they learn at the center, and so we want to be able to continue to do that.
Well, thank you for that.
All right, thank you.
Okay, that's it for today, folks. Thanks for joining us. And hopefully you'll keep your browser set to bocafirst.org, where you'll get information about the city from citizens.